Hey guys, this is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and welcome back to another movie review. In today's movie review, this is going to be on a movie remake movie review, and that's going to be on the 2010 remake of A Nightmare on Elm Street. Yep, so I watched a little bit of the remake of The Nightmare on Elm Street on VOD, and that was yesterday, and so the story of the 2010 remake of the Nightmare on Elm Street is about this. It's about these teenagers named Nancy, Quentin, Chris, Jesse, and Don or Dean, whatever. And they're all neighborhood friends who begin having the same dream of a horribly disfigured man who wears a tattered sweater and a glove made of knives. The man, Freddy Krueger, and this time Freddy Krueger is played by Jackie Earle Haley in this film, in this remake. He terrorizes them in their dreams, and the only escape is to wake up. But when one of their number dies violently, the friends realize that what happens in the dream world is real, and the only way to stay alive is to stay awake. And yeah. The story is basically the same as the original from 1984. So what do I think of the remake? Honestly, some of you guys out there kind of enjoyed it a little bit, but not too much. But for me, I didn't really like the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Yeah, because one example on why this remake is bad and probably one of the worst horror remakes of all time, besides When a Stranger Calls from 2006. Like, this remake of Nightmare on Elm Street has similar scenes. Like I said in my 1984 movie review on the original Nightmare on Elm Street, it's kind of like what I said. There's some scenes in this remake are pretty much the same as the original. Like the bathtub scene, like I said in my movie review on the original, like when Freddy Krueger's claw was in the bathtub, and yeah. Yeah, and the acting performances, I mean, it's got three people that I know who are in the remake. Like Rooney Mara. Rooney Mara was actually in this remake, as well as Clancy Brown. Like Clancy Brown, who was Mr. Krabs on SpongeBob SquarePants and a bunch of other movies he was in. And Thomas Dekker was in this film too. Like, Thomas Dekker was also in that film with Cameron Diaz and Abigail Breslin and Alec Baldwin. That was My Sister's Keeper. And Thomas Dekker also did some voice acting roles, like Littlefoot in some of the Land Before Time direct-to-video sequels, as well as the last two American Tales sequels with voicing, like, the new voice of Fievel. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't really hate Thomas Dekker as an actor, because he seems like a nice person. But I gotta say, I'm sticking with the original Nightmare on Elm Street from 1984, because that's always the best one, and nothing can top the original. Yeah, like even the last act of this film, that last part during the ending of the remake, it's kind of almost like similar as the original, but only that it takes place like inside, and that it's more violent, more brutal. Yeah. And then of course the closing credits start with the song "All I Have to Do Is Dream" by the Everly Brothers. And I know I first knew that song when it played during the closing credits of The Goodnight Moon and Other Sleepy Time Tales from HBO. And then after that, you get that boy stammering and stammering, and you get that boy stammering like he was quoting Hercules. That kind of makes me want to quote it too. Have you ever had a dreams that you had? You could do so. You want him to do you so much you can do anything? Yes. You're smiling. No. Oh. Yeah, because that last part had me quoting the try to watch this video without smiling or grinning or laughing, because it's like one of those React Vine Brothers videos from back in like 2015, I think. that was when I first discovered that Have You Ever Had a Dream Kid? That was like when I first discovered that became a meme on the internet ever since it was uploaded. And yeah. But aside from all that, the Nightmare on Elm Street, A Nightmare on Elm Street, the 2010 remake, it's pretty much like it's far worse than being just a bland and weak remake, because there are some elements in this remake that just ignored the original, and it's just nothing can top the original Nightmare on Elm Street from 1984. So overall, A Nightmare on Elm Street 2010 was it was an awful remake. I say stick with the original, and I'm gonna give Nightmare on Elm Street 2010 2.5 out of 5 stars. If you like horror movies and if you haven't seen the 2010 remake of A Nightmare on Elm Street, I don't really recommend it. I say watch the original from 1984 with Johnny Depp. So there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for my movie review on A Nightmare on Elm Street 2010. And that's going to be it for this video, so make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying, goodbye everybody, and that's about it.